Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So if you're new to the channel, I'm Jagtar Singh and now finally I'm graduated from Centennial College from Aerospace Manufacturing Engineering. So in this video I want to talk about my favorite topic, that was how to distinguish between aircraft by just looking at them. Down view, just above the down view station, all the aircrafts which was landing to Pearson Toronto Airport, they used to take the approach. Aircrafts in Toronto are really very easily visible. So whenever I along with my friends are walking down the street, we used to say, okay, let's play a game. Now we'll guess if any of the aircraft is going to land. We can see, okay, let's guess whether that is manufactured by Airbus or Boeing. And that was so much of interesting activity to play with the friends. So in this video I'm going to talk about the same, like how you can actually guess which aircraft manufacturer has manufactured that specific aircraft. So let's go. So if you are aviation enthusiast, you already know what Airbus and Boeing is, but just to be on the same page, Airbus and Boeing are two heavyweights of aviation industry, aerospace manufacturing industry, and they both compete with each other when it comes to delivery of commercial aircrafts. And larger market share when it comes to commercial aircraft is dominated by only these two manufacturers. From the past many decades, these two competitors are pushing the boundaries of innovation and technology. Both of them have manufactured some of the iconic airplanes we see today in the skies. So let's see how we can distinguish between both of them. So first cue is the shape of wingtips. So you might be aware winglets are really very important when it comes to aerodynamics of the aircrafts. So wingtips are the features which are at extreme ends of the aircraft wing. So these are called winglets, wingtips. There are multiple ways you can call that. So if you see an aircraft and they do have the squared off wingtip, so it is more likely that aircraft is Boeing's. On the contrary, if you see any of the aircraft with curved winglets, it is more likely that the aircraft is manufactured by Airbus. Moving on to the second visual cue, that is the shape of the tail. If any of the airplane is right in front of you and you can visually see that Boeing aircraft, they do have triangular tail. So but when it comes to Airbus tails, those are really very vertical. If the tail is vertical, that is more likely it's manufactured by Airbus, and if they do have triangular tail, then those are manufactured by Boeing. Another feature to observe while identifying the aircraft is the shape of their engines. So for example, Boeing uses engines which are directly manufactured by Pratt & Whitney and General Electric, whereas Airbus uses engines which are manufactured by CFM International. So if you see any aircraft and they do have the complete circular all the way engines, those are manufactured by Airbus. And if you see an engine with a flat bottom and more circular top, that is more likely that that aircraft is manufactured by Boeing. So these are the two differences when it comes to engine design. So if you have that much experience and knowledge of the aircraft manufacturer and the type of aircraft they manufacture, you can literally visually see which sort of airplanes they are. For example, if you see from at a distance that the landing gears are not covered by any of the coverings, so you can literally say it is Boeing 737 because those were the just aircrafts which doesn't come up with the covers on the landing gear. Contrary to that, Airbus, all aircraft landing gears are covered with the covers. If you are inside the cockpit, you will observe that the Boeing aircrafts, they do have the U-shaped steering wheel, but contrary to that, when it comes to Airbus aircrafts, they do have a side stick in the left and right hand side of the cockpit. So these are some of the design changes that you can literally see the cockpit and tell which aircraft manufacturer is that. There is another very major difference when it comes to aeroplane design. So as a passenger, you can literally look at the emergency doors. So if the emergency doors have the spinning latch which is closing the door, then that is more likely that aircraft is manufactured by Boeing. So on the contrary to that, if you see there is a vertical latch on an aircraft emergency door, then you can easily say no, it's manufactured by Airbus. So you can literally flex on the flights by telling all these information to crew members, and you will have a good time over there as well. So let's take another situation. You are traveling on an airplane and you're just waiting in the waiting area to be boarded on your airplane. So you can literally see your aircraft now. You can literally observe the cockpit windows. If the last cockpit window is at a 90 degree, you can say it is Airbus. So if you see the last cockpit windows are at an angle, so you can easily guess it is manufactured by Boeing. Generally, if the aircraft is in Toronto and flying over us, it is most probably it is manufactured by Airbus or Boeing. So, but there are many of the instances that the aircraft is not commercial. It is privately owned. It's private jet. If that is private jet, I can easily guess whether that is Gulfstream or Bombardier. So even Bombardier ones are really very easy to guess because that was received by Centennial College from Bombardier. So even I was at the official ceremony. So even if you haven't seen that video, I have literally given a little bit of tour of that aircraft as well. So I highly recommend that you press the info icon and see that video because that is so good to see. So that's the reason I have literally seen that from very nearer. So that's the reason I can easily guess whether that is Global 7500 or any of the series that Bombardier has manufactured. So these are some of the points which were so good that you as an aviation enthusiast should know. So if you want to know more about such techy news around the aviation and aerospace industry, consider subscribing to my channel. See you in the next video. Subscribe to my channel until then.